the girl a-running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
Went to the auto show, spent a few hours running around there on media day. Mostly T-Rex spent his hours on all the free rides. He was loving the virtual reality, and when he come off of that, you ever see a dizzy dinosaur? Oh, scary. But we had a good time, and there was a lot of good stuff going on. I heard they raised over $2 million on the preview night. That was the next night after us. We went on Thursday. Friday was the preview night. The very first day of the auto show was Saturday. At the end, Mark Bialik, I wanted him to call me, but he was pretty busy these couple of days getting the show shut down and everybody happy. Everybody patted on the rear end and said, nice day. But here are the best of. Who do you suppose won best all-new production vehicle? The 2018 Jeep Wrangler. One of my favorites. I love that little thing. The best concept vehicle. We saw this one. T-Rex and I did. He liked it. Cadillac Escala. The best green vehicle. The 2019 BMW i8. BMW is always a year ahead of everybody. I don't know what their story is. And the very best exhibit, of course, was the Jeep. Because they had the cross-country interaction where you could ride with one of their drivers and go on the bumpy roads and the rocks. And, oh, God, it was a mess. But it was pretty cool. Like I said, T-Rex went on all the rides. He had a ball. The vehicle I'd most like to have in my driveway. What vehicle would you most like to have in your driveway? Huh? 928 Car Guys. You call me and tell me which vehicle you'd like to most have in your driveway. And I'll tell you what was voted. Because it's got to be a new car. You can't be an old car. Can't be a hot rod. It's got to be one of the new cars. You give me a call at 928 Car Guys and tell me which car you'd most like to have in your driveway. All right? All right, we'll get back to that because I'm not going to let the day go. I'm going to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you right away. In the oh my God category, this was bad. No, it's not bad. The first commercial ride-hailing service without human drivers has been approved. Where, you ask, where else? Waymo, an affiliate of Google, Inc., has received a permit from the Arizona Department of Transportation to operate a transportation network company. Whatever that means. This is a fancy way of saying, hey, we're going to let you throw these cars out on the street with nobody driving them. This designation allows Waymo to operate its fleet of autonomous Chrysler Pacifica minivans in the pickup and drop-off of paying customers. Riders can use their cell phone or a website to commandeer vehicles from commandeer rides from driverless vehicles. Oh my God, here we go, guys. Are you ready for this? Because I'm not. Not yet. Come on, this is way too soon. We have to do this already. We have to have riderless, driverless, brainless cars out there already. Come on. What? Hey, it's not for me to wonder why. All this electric and driverless car movement is in its baby stages. We want to say that, but I tell you what, every time I turn around, it seems like the baby's taking giant steps. Many oil companies are reconsidering and rethinking their process to look forward at what's going to go on. BP Amoco, Royal Dutch Shell have gotten together with BMW, Daimler, Honda, and several others to form a hydrogen council, looking into hydrogen supply and hydrogen vehicles and maybe supporting that. Well, why do you ask? Okay. They're devoted to introducing hydrogen-powered vehicles into the market in a move to remain a player in the market, of course. We'll see what comes of this, guys, because as I said before, until they find a clean way to make electricity in huge volumes, electricity is not clean. It's not environmentally clean. Let's go to the car phone and see who we got on the line. Hey, you're on with the car guy. What's up?
Hey, George, it's Tom from Westville.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, Tommy?
Hey, I got a question for you. Hopefully, you can give me a sense of direction on my 2004 Honda Odyssey. Over when it's been this happened when it was rather snowy and the roads were kind of slick. When it would come to a stop, my ABS would ABS would kick in, and the issue was it seems like it was overly sensitive. I don't think it was a traction control issue, because the traction control is when I'm pulling away from the stop sign, and it only kicks in under 18 miles an hour according to the owner's manual. But this is happening when I was braking.
Okay,
like I said,
you're getting the vibration. You're getting that vibration.
Yeah, with that pulsing, It would, and was there something like a sensor that would actually? I got good tires on the vehicle. Was there anything that would cause it to go into ABS mode? If the sensor that's maybe not reading right or something like that.
Absolutely. This is what we do when we have that situation and there's no code in the computer for a failed ABS sensor, because it hasn't failed. It's just overly sensitive. We will hook our scanner to it, and we drive and we monitor all four sensors and watch as they engage. One of them is going to engage before the others. And when that one engages, of course, it engages all the ABS. It sets it all off. But one of them is too sensitive.
Okay.
And to get the right one, you want to get the right one, because some of those are over $100 a piece.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You don't want to go throwing $500 worth of sensors at this car.
Yeah, because the sensors now, so that's what my thought was, because like I say, I didn't think it was a traction control issue, because it's when we were stopping.
There's one on each wheel.
Yeah, because it's the front, because according to the owner's manual, if I was reading it right, it's the ABS is based off I thought it said the front wheels, the sensors, but either way, I could have a sensor that's screwed up.
Sooner or later, they changed from 2-wheel to 4-wheel ABS. I don't know if your particular van is 2 or 4. You'll have to find out. But if there's let's put it this way: you look at the back of each wheel, at the backing plate where the brakes are, and see if there's a wire going in there. If there's a wire going in there, you got a sensor on each wheel, because there's no other wires going. Okay, so no other wires go back there.
So if it's a 4-sensor situation, I would have a wire in each wheel.
Right, you'll have a couple of wires going to each wheel.
Okay, so the only way to know what sensor it would be creating a problem with it, actually, I'd have to take it in and get it put on a machine.
Well, somebody would have to drive it with a scanner on it and monitor the sensors.
With the scanner on it, even okay. And it's all back. So a regular OBS, that you plug in underneath the dash, is it going to pick that up?
Yep. Oh yeah. Well,
we'll pick it up.
A little bitty one won't pick it up. You got to have a full size.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, little. That's what I meant. A little itty bitty one. No, that won't pick it up.
No, that $69 one won't do the job. You got to have that $9,000 one.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, George. Well, I was thinking.
I'll tell you what, buddy.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you're all
right.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. It was maybe I.
Got a bad connection here, Tommy. But you were right on the right track, buddy. And it was good talking to you. I'm glad you called. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right, buddy. Bye. A little tough with his phone there, but we're doing better. We're getting there. Battered and Fried Volkswagen Group has averted a strike I reported pending a month or two ago by the German auto workers, the union IG Metall. They gave them a 4.3 wage hike and, of course, some other perks. The last thing beleaguered via VW needed was to pay all kinds of fines and stuff, and executives going to jail was a gap in production. Just terrible. Let's go to the car phone this time. Hey, you're on with the car guy.
George, it's Nick from Stevensville. How are you? Listening in on WHFB.
Hey, Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Good. I just wanted to be quick. I saw your post on Facebook with the pothole. Somebody was showing you that pothole up here in Michigan.
Oh, my
And
God.
I wanted to let you know that's the real deal. The potholes up here are crazy. All the major roadways, it feels like you're driving through the mountains.
What he's talking about, boys and girls, this pothole was twice as big as a manhole, and it was almost thigh deep on this Michigan State trooper that was standing in it. It was horrible, Nick.
So if anybody's up traveling this way for the weekend, if they're planning on doing the wine cruise or the brew cruise, make sure you swerve those potholes. They'll eat the car. But that's all I had for you this morning. I'm listening in, and guys have an awesome weekend.
Thanks, Nick. I got to tell you,
Bye.
that's Nick, our buddy from WHFB up there in Benton Harbor, St. Joe. He is the man. He is the real man. He takes care of business while we're up there and sends us out all over the world, he and Jackie. It's a good deal. And hey, that pothole, I got a picture. Ronnie, my manager from the shop, sent me a picture of this pothole with a state trooper standing in it. Oh, yeah, it's a beast. It's twice as big as a manhole cover, and this guy was up over his knees. It was into his thighs. That's how deep it was. And Nick says that's not the that's the norm up there. Yeah. Well, and as I told you, the last thing that Volkswagen needed was a strike. I mean, they're beat up. They're paying fines. They're paying off different companies, their states, countries. Their executives are going to jail. That's the last thing they needed was a gap in production. They needed to keep going with their production. Last week, now this gets a little complicated here. Last week, Takata Group received U.S. court approval for its bankruptcy exit plan, finally clearing the way for the sale of $1.6 billion of the company's assets for compensation of the victims of the killer airbags. Wow. The plan for compensation by U.S. regulators includes funds from automakers to further add to the kitty, to build it up a little bit. Now, my question is this. How can you settle a debacle that's still going on? This year, I told you, this year alone, two drivers of 2006 Ford Rangers were killed by their safety device, the Takata airbag. Oh, come on. This isn't done, guys. It's not over. There are still millions of Takata airbags out there, and they are killers. This is not going to get done. It's not done. It's not over. It's not over till we say it's over, right? Well, speaking of unions, our own UAW is at a point of crisis, okay, if you will. Consider this. The union has been fighting foreign non-union car plants in the South, low-wage competition from Mexico, and decades of plant closures right here at home. Now the latest embezzling scandal involving their own fat cats and the manufacturer's executives, their fat cats, has cut to the very core of the rank and file trust. With existing members and future members, you remember my report about the money set aside by union dues and manufacturer contributions earmarked for employee training. Well, it was stolen by the higher-ups on both sides. It wasn't just, one group. The union and the manufacturers, and it turns out they're investigating not just Chrysler. They're going into the other manufacturers to see if anybody else got in the gang, got in on the bang. Even now, with new plants springing up, jobs coming back to our country, and a rising economy, on many points, the auto workers are scratching their heads on this whole UAW thing. P.S. They've also filed a suit to get their dues money back. I don't know. You want to say this is might signal the end of the union representation as we know it? You think it might initiate a shakeup I know it has initiated a shakeup in the manufacturers. Some of their big boys have already been quit. Couple are going to jail. one guy died, but his wife is being prosecuted for false income tax returns. It's not pretty out there. And the union, you know what? We need the representation and we need the training for our good employees. Man, we're getting our car plants back and everything, and now this has to happen. We don't need this right now. We just don't need this. We absolutely need our unions, and we need our training, and we need our representation so that the manufacturers don't take advantage. But what are you going to do? The rank and file will decide what the rank and file will decide. It's going to be up to them. It's their union. It's their money. It's their dues. There would be no union if there were no workers paying dues. So let's just face it. That's just the way it's going to be. And they have sued to get their money back. The rank and file members have gotten together and filed a class action lawsuit to get their money back. And you can't blame them. You just can't blame them. Speaking of employee training, the UAW and the FCA Chrysler have sold their training building in Detroit to a company called Ed Princeton Enterprises, which plans to repurpose the building, of course. Must have been some bad memories in that building for the center. It was the center of the scandal. It's where it all happened. It's where everybody got together and decided, hey, let's just take this money and spend it. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm worried about it, but I'm not. We will march on. I mean, we'll continue to build cars somehow. We got to get our people trained, though. That's important training. You got to insist on it. You can't let the manufacturers take this and go without training for the people that we are now putting on the line. That's the way it's got to be. More than 7 months after I told you, we announced, I told you, Tesla was negotiating to bring a full Tesla plant to China. China's the next hotspot for automotive sales, boys and girls, moms and dads. Trust me. China is the hotspot. They never had any cars. They're all used to walking or riding their goats or something. I don't know what they ride over there. I don't even know if they got donkeys. I don't know. But anyway, that's where they wanted to go. And it seems that there's no deal on the table. Maybe Elon's not the negotiator he thought he was. I know he can't get his trip to Model 3 built. Or maybe China might be a harder nut to crack. Or maybe just Elon Musk doesn't have any clout there, like he does here.